Cinema has been around for more than a century, and every so often, a movie comes along that doesn't just entertain, it changes the game. These are the movies that rewrote the rulebook, set trends, and basically told every other filmmaker, yeah, you're gonna want to copy me. Today, we're counting down the most influential films in cinema history. And don't worry, no art school jargon here, just good old-fashioned movie love with some sass sprinkled in. Let's roll. The Birth of a Nation, 1915. Look, this movie is problematic, like burn it with fire problematic, but we can't deny its influence. D.W. Griffith basically invented the modern cinematic language with this one. Cross-cutting, epic scale, and storytelling techniques that Hollywood still uses today. Unfortunately, it's also so insanely racist propaganda. So, its legacy is a weird cocktail of, wow, this is important, and wow, this is gross. But without it, cinema as we know it wouldn't exist. History's messy like that. Citizen Kane, 1941. Oh, you knew this was coming. Citizen Kane is the film every film school professor gets misty-eyed about. Orson Welles didn't just direct, he basically rewired the DNA of cinematography. Deep focus, non-linear storytelling, and shots that made people in the 1940s say, wait, cameras can do that? The whole rosebud thing has been parodied to death, but Kane's influence? Untouchable. If cinema had a Mount Rushmore, Orson Welles' forehead would take up half of it. Psycho, 1960. Before Hitchcock dropped Psycho, moviegoers thought they were safe in the theater. Shower scenes were for relaxation, not existential terror. Then stabby, stab, stab, and everything changed. Hitchcock killed his lead halfway through, reinvented horror, and gave us the first ever blockbuster marketing campaign where the director literally begged people not to spoil the ending. Psycho turned horror into an art form and also made us all buy shower curtains that weren't see-through. 2001, A Space Odyssey, 1968. Stanley Kubrick didn't just make a sci-fi movie, he made a religious experience with apes, space babies, and a murderous Alexa named HAL 9000. The visuals were so ahead of their time that conspiracy theorists still think Kubrick faked the moon landing. This wasn't just influence, it was prophecy. Without 2001, there's no Star Wars, no Interstellar, no endless debates about what the heck the ending meant. Kubrick basically handed sci-fi filmmakers the Holy Grail and said, don't screw this up. Star Wars, 1977. Speaking of, Star Wars didn't just influence cinema, it changed pop culture forever. George Lucas mixed Kurosawa samurai flicks, Flash Gordon serials, and Joseph Campbell's hero myth, and somehow created the most beloved space opera in history. Industrial Light and Magic revolutionized special effects. John Williams' score became the sound of adventure. And merchandising? Forget it. The film turned toys into $1 billion empire. Influence level? Death Star. Jaws, 1975. Before Jaws, summer was for bad TV reruns and cheap drive-in movies. Steven Spielberg said, nah, summer is for fear. The shark thriller invented the summer blockbuster, complete with marketing blitzes, sequels, and people never going near the ocean again. The shark looks fake by today's standards, yeah, but that John Williams score? Two notes, and your heart rate skyrockets. Influence doesn't get simpler or sharper than that. The Godfather, 1972. Francis Ford Coppola gave us not just a gangster film, but the gangster film. Before this, mobsters were cartoon villains in fedoras. After this, they were complex, tragic heroes with family issues and pasta sauce recipes. The Godfather influenced everything from Goodfellas to Breaking Bad. It's Shakespeare with guns, cannolis, and a horse head in your bed. Every crime drama since has been living in its shadow. Pulp Fiction, 1994. Quentin Tarantino walked into the 1990s with a non-linear script a suitcase glowing like a mystery box, and dialogue so sharp you could slice garlic in it. Pulp Fiction didn't just win awards, it made indie cinema cool. Every studio wanted their own Tarantino-styled movie after this, which explains why the late 1990s were full of quirky hitmen with witty banter. It also resurrected John Travolta's career, so yeah, this film had power. The Wizard of Oz, 1939. One word: Technicolor. Okay, technically 2 words. But when Dorothy opens that door and Kansas turns into a rainbow fever dream, the audience in 1939 lost their collective minds. Songs, costumes, design set. The Wizard of Oz became the template for fantasy musicals. And we're still quoting, "We're not in Kansas anymore," 80 years later. It proved cinema could be both magical and mainstream. The Matrix, 1999. Bullet time. Black trench coats, sunglasses indoors. The Matrix redefined action, sci-fi, and even philosophy. It asks questions like, what is reality? And can Keanu Reeves actually bend backwards like that? The Wachowskis combined kung fu, cyberpunk, anime, and cutting-edge VFX into something that didn't just influence movies. It influenced video games, fashion, and every college dorm poster in the early 2000s. The Matrix didn't just change cinema, it changed the way we look at the world. And there you have it, 10 films that didn't just win fans, they changed everything. These are the blueprints, the game changers, the movies that every other director stole a little something from. Which of these films is your pick for most influential? And which one did I miss? Yes, I hear you yelling Lord of the Rings in the back. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you like what you just saw, please do like and share this video. And subscribe to Movie-matic. We'd really appreciate it. And if you don't, thank you so much for watching this video to the end all the same. You take care and have a great one.